Hello, or as they say in Zimbabwe, at least the Shona speaking part of Zimbabwe, Makadi. I'm back. I'm back from Zimbabwe. And let me tell you, that was a great trip. But reality has set in. We need to finish this project. I am ready to get busy living in this new house. And there's just so much more that's got to happen. But a lot has happened already. So let me try to catch you up here. But first, before I start, Zimbabwe. Wow, what a trip. Putting aside the travel that was required to get there, it was fantastic. I mean, it would take 2 or 3 episodes of these vlog episodes to truly do it justice. It was just amazing. And this vlog isn't really the place for that, but I felt like if I didn't say anything, it was a wasted opportunity. We had a great time. The people of Zimbabwe are amazing. We use the word amazing too much, but that's what they were. They were amazing. Happy, joyful people. Amazing. Actually say that. We got to feed elephants. Yeah, we got to go on a safari. And these are the things that are like sort of surface level, but it was still fun. You know, we saw giraffes, we saw hippos. What you would expect from Africa, we got to see. So that's great. We did a lot of singing since we are, the whole point of going on the tour was to sing. We are a choir. So that was great. And it all went as planned. That was first and foremost the main mission of the trip. And so that was successful. And there were things that came up that we just weren't planning on. One of them being, and I'm not patting myself on the back or the group, but it was nice. It was a nice moment. We sang at a nursing home, and we found out that they don't even have running water for the whole year. They only have running water for part of the year. That just broke our hearts. So we were able to basically pass around the hat, or, pass around the Venmo is basically what it was. And we chipped in and we bought them a well, or bought them the ability to dig for a well so that they could have water 24/7, 365. So that was great. And, it's funny. It's like, if you're part of a church, you probably tithe, and you probably, or if you don't, you give to charity. When you give to an organization, say like the Salvation Army, say the Red Cross, those organizations have, the trust of most people, I think, so that when you give money, you have a belief that money is going to go to something, to a project that is worthwhile. But sometimes, and I do the same thing, if you give with a faith, you give with a trust that those organizations are going to be good stewards of the money. But it's also nice when you can help someone out, someone that you've met eye to eye, and you can do something tangible for them. And so it wasn't just 1 or 2 things. I had to go find ATMs a couple times because I needed to find money, because we're just handing money out left and right, because I don't want to say it was nothing, but we're just so blessed with things. And, well, let's just say it, that $20 to me isn't that much. $100 to me isn't that much. Trust me, the house, $100 gets you nothing. But $100 to someone in Zimbabwe, and they use American dollars, that's huge for them. And to the point of, I don't think, I'll speak for myself, I didn't do enough. So anyways, it was a fantastic experience. Not only, what we did for them, but for what they did for us. It was a mutual love fest, if you will. We gave as much as we got, and vice versa. And that's all you can ask for in something like that. It was great. It was perfect. It really was. But I'll admit it, Africa was really never on my bucket list of places to go, but I am so glad I got the opportunity to experience that trip. I'm really glad that Claire and Cooper got to go, my kids, to have that experience. And I wish Chris could have been there, but maybe that's a trip for another time. But it was great. The travel is a killer. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'd be lying if I didn't mention it as part of the deal. It's a 36-hour trip one way, and that includes layovers. I've been to many countries. I've been to many continents. This trip almost broke me. I mean, it was 10-hour flights, multiple 10-hour flights, 5 to 6 hour layovers. You know, if I wasn't traveling with a group, I would have broken it up maybe a little more, like spend some time in London, you know, for a couple days just to sort of break it up. But you just got to sort of just go with the flow. So if you've ever wanted to go to Africa, I cannot recommend it anymore. The travel is no joke. Do some research before you go. I made it, but it's I've flown to New Zealand, and that's like a 14-hour flight, one way, nonstop. This was way more intense than that, the combined amount of time. Anyways, great when we got there, but getting there and coming back, whew, yeah, you really feel like you traveled when you've done that. I had to remind myself a couple times, like literally say it out loud. Kevin, you can't complain about this. This was a choice that you made. You signed up for this. You knew what you were getting yourself into. I mean, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I had an idea. Oh, and I'm not even mentioning we had a 16-hour bus ride on a dirt road. I can't even begin to describe it. Probably one of the best moments of my life and one of the worst moments, just as far as we were hitting potholes that were like the size of small cars. It was crazy, but it at the time, there was nothing else I wanted to do more than just get on a plane and fly to where we were going. But now that I've had some time to think about it, it added to the adventure. It was, I'm not going to say it was fun, but it was something. I'm never once again going to complain about the potholes on the 210 freeway. They got nothing on Zimbabwe. Flew from LA to London, London to Johannesburg, Johannesburg to Harare, Zimbabwe, the capital of Zimbabwe. So we spent about 3 days in Harare, 3 days in Bulawayo, and 3 days in Victoria Falls. And then 36 hours travel back home. So the house, let's get to it, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I was gone about 2 weeks. When I got back, I was expecting to see, a new house. And to my disappointment, it looked exactly the same as it did when I left. So that was kind of a bummer. But the amount of things that have happened in the, 3 weeks since we've gotten back, more than made up for that. So let's get into that, because there's a lot that's been going on. So now things were happening. So like our fireplace was finished, and there's things going on behind the walls, in the attic, on the roof that you don't really see, but obviously need to be done. There are safety issues. You've got fire going through your walls. You want to make sure that it's all safe and works properly. So I couldn't see the work that had been done, but at least that was done. That was finished when I got home. The tile in the bathroom and kitchens are finished. Now, when I left, it was basically finished. They just hadn't grouted it yet. So when I got home, yeah, it's finished, but it basically looked the same. But at least that's done. That's done. And forgive me for sounding like such a baby. Again, it's always about the expectations, right? I really expected the house to be further along, but that had nothing to do with reality. It was all about my expectations. And my expectations were not grounded in reality. So what are you going to do? But now, woo, finally. And this is one of the things that I was sort of hoping to see when I drove up after being gone for 2 weeks. The exterior stucco is finally done. What a difference. Going from that gray cement to these really smooth white walls. Oh, it's a house now. It's amazing. And it's going to be difficult for you to feel this through your screen or through your device, but the walls are so smooth. Oh, so smooth. And did I say smooth? You want something even smoother? Behold, our interior walls. I never knew you could get walls this smooth. It's almost got like a glassy sheen to it. I've never felt this before. It blows my mind. Dare I say, it's too smooth. Let me explain. This is how sick and twisted I've become through this process. I'm already thinking about the times that we are invariably going to have to patch something on the walls, or we're going to have to do touch-up of paint. How are we going to get it to that level of smoothness? I don't know. We're going to have to probably hire someone to come in to do it. Now, the process is, and I think I went into it on the last episode, so what they'll do is they'll paint, they spray it, and then they sand it. And then they spray it again, and they sand it again. And then each time the sandpaper is getting finer and finer and finer. Now I know why they make sandpaper at 320 grit. It's so that you can get to this level of detail. Can you tell that I'm impressed by this? Oh, I wish you could touch it. I wish you could touch it. I wish you could experience the joy that I'm feeling right now. And I'm talking about these walls right here. You see me? It's artistry. I'm sure you think I'm exaggerating. I might be underselling it. That's how smooth it is. Saying that it's smooth is not doing it justice. There isn't a word to describe what I'm talking about. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, the house. Okay, so the wood flooring. The wood flooring is finally in. We bought more because there's an overage that you have to take into consideration. So we bought 10% more. We were still under, so we had to go buy more. We went with a herringbone pattern, which is also, I think, why it took a little more, because you got to do a lot more cuts. But we'd gone back and forth talking about whether we wanted to do that or not. The flooring is one of the first things we talked about easily a year ago. So we've been going back and forth. Should we not? But we stuck to our guns, and I'm really happy with it. Now, of course, the video that I've taken of the floors doesn't quite show you anything. Because, of course, when I come to film, everything is covered because they're doing work on the walls. They're spending amazing amount of time getting our walls to perfection. So everything's covered up. Just you have to take my word for it. There's one little sample. I'll show you that. But of course, people have been stepping on it, so it looks terrible. But I feel confident that we made the right decision with the flooring. I'm happy. And that's all that matters. And our flooring crew, they've been working hard. Our builder decided to, I don't know what deal he made, but this was going to be like a 3-week process, and it took about a week. Well, every once in a while, I'm just, if I'm out and about driving back home, I'll just swing by the house just to make sure no one's robbing or looting the place, right? And the last couple nights I've driven by at 10:30, there's lights on in the house. Now that's weird because the street is like pitch black and it looks like someone's living in the house with the lights. Now that was kind of weird to get used to. It's been a year and a half since I've seen that, but it was actually a very cool feeling. It was kind of like, oh, we're getting close. So, but yeah, they're here until 10:30 at night, and that's when I drove by. I have no idea when they left. So they've been working really hard. I appreciate that. So what else? The garage. The garage, as far as you know, it's done. The doors are on. The main garage door is connected. We're going to have them put on what's called a high kit. So the track has got to go higher. And this is like another 3-week process, just trying to get these people to come and do this little thing that's taking all this time. And, again, it's like lately, it's like everything is like $1,000. You want to do this? Oh, it's $1,000 more. You want to do this? It's $1,000 more. Okay, whatever, $1,000. So that's going to be done hopefully this week, but that's good. That's good. Now, the door, that is its own episode that will never air because it'd be really boring. But the amount of phone calls I've had to make to get this stupid door in, a door that's never going to probably open more than, say, 4 or 5 times in the lifespan of this house, because the garage is not a garage. The garage is going to be a workspace. It's going to be a storage space. It is not a car space. If it were up to me, I would have just walled it off. But code says you have to have a garage door. It has to be a garage. It's zoned for a garage, I guess. Permitted for a garage. In this house, there's been so many things that we have spent so much time on things that no one's ever going to see or notice. But I guess that's not important. It's that we noticed it. But, oh man, just one more thing. So what else, you ask? Window trim. Casings, if you will. Crown molding. Base molding. You can see behind me, that's done. Not all of it's done. A lot of the bedrooms still need it, but it's a process. They painted outside, out by our pool area, where the pool is. I'm not swimming in it right now. So they paint out there, and then they bring it in. So they got their own system. I'm not going to tell them how to do their job, even though I've done it before. The kitchen is not as far along as I wanted it to be. There's various reasons for that. Our kitchen guy, cabinet guy, was ready to go, but our builder wasn't, and so he went on to do a couple other jobs. So now he's supposedly back on track, and the kitchen, and it's not just the kitchen, it's cabinetry. So we got built-in cabinets in both bathrooms. We've got a closet that we're going to be building, an infrastructure for. He's going to be very busy, but I think now he's finished his other jobs, and we are his primary focus, I'm hoping. So that's the next thing that's going to get going with that. And this is the part I'm really looking forward to, because obviously I've seen the designs and stuff, but this is where Chris is going to come in. This is where she shines. So I'm looking forward to that, because that's really going to make the house come together for sure. So, and although this is not quite relevant to the rebuild, we are actually moving one more time. We've got 4 to 6 weeks roughly that we think that we've got still left to do on the house before we move back in. But circumstances have come up where we need to move out of where we are. So we're going to be couch surfing for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Don't feel sorry for us. It's totally fine. It's just all part of the adventure. Again, it's just one more thing we got to deal with. So next weekend, we're moving. It'll be 4 times in about 20 months. Should I say, the 4th time that we move, we'll be back into here. So this will be the 3rd move. So 4 total back in the house. That's not terrible. Maybe it is. So to finish this up, and getting back to the trip to Zimbabwe, there's parts of Zimbabwe, Harare, I'll say specifically, that will break your heart. It's not lost on me that we are fortunate. We're building a house that has electricity. We're building a house that has running water. When that's all you've had for your entire life, yes, you take it for granted. How can you not? Because it's something that you use every day. But when you've been somewhere where a large part of the country doesn't have that, it very much hit home, if you will, that what I was coming home to is amazing. Beyond anything that people could even imagine in other countries. Trust me, I am grateful. I am grateful for this opportunity. Just grateful that I won the lottery of being born where I was. You know, things don't make you happy. They may make your life easier, which might bring some happiness. But, you know, the people of Zimbabwe are happy. They're dare I say, happier than we are. The joy that you just see in their faces. We might have a washer and dryer and they don't. but anyways, the trip was just, it happened at the perfect time, right? Like, that was not a coincidence. God wanted that to happen at that point for me, for my life, for Claire's life, for Cooper's life. It was really a great trip in more ways than one. And when we walk in here for the first time, it's going to be a great day. And it's not that far off. And I'm very grateful.